interesting article came out. Mark Tibbs came out and said that Billy Joe Saunders could have been better, but he cut corners. And I was like, shots fired. I got to read this. The bulk of this article was really talking about Tibbs saying that Billy Joe Saunders was special. He's a great fighter. Works hard. He's great to have in the gym. He makes everyone laugh, you know, all that kind of stuff. But because he was so skilled, he cut corners. And that ideally, he would have loved to have had him more at 154 pounds. But there was issues, obviously, with Billy Joe making weight. And because of his talent, he felt like, you know, he'd have these off periods outside the ring where he wasn't being as motivated as he could be. I would say that's pretty spot on. I don't disagree with that. Could Billy Joe Saunders been better? Yeah, I think he could have. I actually do. Because when you see the photos of Billy Joe looking fat, looking like he's not in shape, you know, it definitely makes you as a fan go, is this guy really serious? And when he went to 168 pounds, he just didn't look the same. For a bunch of his fights, he did not look the same. And Jay, exactly what you're saying, man, in chat. It's like, this is something we all knew about Billy Joe, but now we hear it from his former trainer, like kind of confirming what we've all felt or thought. I felt, and I've said this so many times, I have videos from 2 years ago saying this, that Billy Joe staying at 160 pounds would have been a smarter choice for him. David Lemieux fight was his crown jewel of his career, the biggest moment in his career. He looked untouchable. And Mark Tibbs actually talked about putting Billy Joe in the ring for sparring sessions against guys at various weight classes. And he's like, no one could touch him. Like, just no one could land anything on him. He was so slick. So it is a little bit disheartening to hear that, yeah, it is true. You know, you can always speculate as a fan, but to hear it for a kind of like matter of fact, that's tough. It was one of those things where it's like, I like Billy Joe's personality a lot. I think he's a super skilled fighter, but I was just like, I think it was Jim Lampley that said this. It was about Chris Arreola fighting Klitschko. And you saw there's all this video of, and like kind of moments where you see Chris Arreola like drinking a beer. And they're like, you're getting ready for like your arguably like your biggest fight of your career, and you're out here drinking a beer. And Chris Arreola was like, well, you know, Michael Phelps, you know, smoked pot, so, you know. And it was, and after the fight, Chris Arreola is crying, and I gave it my best, and he just got crushed. And Jim Lampley had a great quote where he said, you can't be a part-time boxer or fighter when you're fighting a Klitschko. The Klitschkos are 24/7. 24/7, 365 fighters. That's how they are. They are 100% ready to go all the time. Always in the gym. You can't be a part-time fighter if you're going to fight a Klitschko. It's just, you're never going to beat them. And I do feel that way about Canelo. You can't be a part-time, somewhat serious fighter and beat Canelo. It's just not going to happen. You know, that's how I felt when it came to Billy Joe going into that ring. Yeah, don't take fitness fights from Chris Arreola. Although you look pretty good against Ruiz.